today you're going to learn that when you see a CI, it also says shh. So today you're going to be reviewing one of the most common ways to spell the sh sound. Now, just a fun fact, most people don't know that there's more than one way to spell sh. They think it's just SH and that's it. But now you're learning there's a three ways. Well, there's actually more than that, but you've learned 3 ways. We're going to be focusing on the third one. So you have SH, that's primarily found at the beginning of words or at the end of short words. You have TI that says shh toward the end of longer words with a vowel after it, as in nation, motion, lotion, election. And now you have CI, which follows the exact same pattern as the TI. When it's toward the end of a longer word and there's a vowel after it, it will also say shh, but the next letter is going to be an A, not an O. It's also going to make the schwa sound, but it's going to be spelled with an A, as in that shun right there. So look at these examples: magician, musician, physician. You see that CIAN, you'll also see CIAL. So you're going to see that CI that is spelling shh toward the end of a longer word with a vowel after it. That vowel after it is almost always an A. It's just saying All right, are you ready to try? So I have to share my screen. My regular screen this time. So now, hopefully you can see this. Okay, let me see if I should blow this up a little bit. Let me move you over here. Sorry, my tablet is so much easier and it allows me to write so much neater on it, but it's just going through a little update right now and it's being a little temperamental, but I'll get it fixed for next time. So let me grab my pen and we'll start to mark these. Does anybody know? I was just doing this with the last class. How to just get the regular pen here. Because that's going to be needed. Don't need that. Go ahead and put in the Q&A if you know how to do this. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to talk you through it. Very strange, because I do this all the time. I just did it in the last 2 classes. Anyway, all right, we're going to have to just go through it with just me explaining it, but you mark it on your side. All right, so this, you know what? I'm just going to... let's do it this way. So this G and this C. If you were here on Monday, you remember me talking to you about the hard C sound and the hard G sound versus their soft. So we have hard G and hard C saying G and K, which is its most common sound that it's going to say almost always unless there's an E, I, or Y after it. Neither one of these has an E, I, or Y after it, so it is not going to say their short sound. It's going to make their regular hard sound. This O is going to make its long sound O because there is a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. Here I can at least put a underline, I think. Dirt. Oh. Let's try this. There is our magic hack for the day, our reading hack for the day. CI is going to, I want your brain, your subconscious to learn to recognize that as a unit. So that CI is going to say shh, and here is that A spelling the schwa sound. So what would this word say? Read it to yourself, and then I'll come back and read it with you. All right, so we know that this O is going to say O. That's a big dot. And we know that this A is going to say A. There we go. So all our sounds are G, O, Sh, N. Now if we blend those sounds together, we have Goshen. Goshen, right? So what would your number one over here say? I did it, you guys. Who prayed for me? You guys are always praying for me while I teach. We got it going. Thank you. Yeah. So our consonants are P. No, our vowels. Let's do our vowels. You always have to, so when you're spelling, you spell the vowels last because you have to know what the consonants are around it in order to know how to spell each vowel sound. But when you're reading, you read the vowels first so that when you go and blend all of the sounds together, you'll already know what that vowel sound is and you won't have to guess or run through all of the choices. So we know that this O is going to say O because of the tap 2 rule. We know that this A is going to say because it's toward the end of a longer word and there's a consonant after it. We learned that in A month, but for now I want you to recognize this C-I-A-N that is saying shun. This C-I is spelling that sh sound that we are learning today. So our sounds are P, R, O, Sh, N. Proshun. 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 I wonder how I did that, how I got that. Whoever prayed for me, pray again. I wonder how I got that. That little, just, you know, this, how I got my pen. How did I do that? I have no idea, but if you're praying, let's see if we can get through this thick skull. How to go back and forth here. Proshin. Next word. Let me clear this up for you. I just giggled. No, I'm not going to giggle about those first 4 letters. I'm not going to do that. I am not in 6th grade. But we know that this first A is going to say A because of the tap 2 rule. So there, we don't even get to giggle over it because it doesn't even say that. This A is also going to say A because of the tap 2 rule. Here's our CI that's spelling the sh sound. That's our new reading hack for the day. And this A is going to say So our sounds are K, R, A, P, A, Sh, N. What would those sounds say together? Crepation. Crepation. All right, try yours over here. Pay no attention to me. Yes, that's my name, but no, we don't need it. All right, so this first U is going to make its long sound and say oo. So the long U sound, there's 2 choices. You can say U or oo, and it will come out naturally based on the shape of your mouth when it made the sound before it. So since when we said that R sound, our mouth is in a forward pucker, it's just going to say oo because that's the natural way to pronounce the U sound if there's an R before it. Roo, roo. It's not going to say ryu, okay? So this U is going to say oo. This I is following the confident rule. So it gets to say I. Here's a CI that says shh, according to our new reading hack for the day. And this A is saying So we have, let me see if I can bring my dots back. Let's try our dots again. P, R, U. Nope, too distracting. D, I. Nope, too distracting. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to do it normal. P, R, U, D, I, sh, n. Prudition. Prudition. Now, on protion up here and on prudition, out of those two, how many, if any, did you get correct? 1 or 2 or 0? Oh, James, click on the icon under the T. Oh, this one? You are, yeah, I knew it. I knew you guys would help me out. Thank you. Try the squiggly line button under the T. Yay. Thank you, everyone. All right, so you got all of them? Beautiful. One, lovely. You got one on your own. That's gorgeous. All right, I have my little pen back. Thank you so much. All right, let's try, actually, I'm going to have you do one without me. Try this one over here. This number 3 right here, without me. I'm not even going to mark it. I'm going to let you do it totally without me. Here's an example of that A at the end that says so it's still going to make the schwa sound even if it's toward the end or at the end. And here's our CI. All right, so this I is going to say I because there are 2 consonants after it. This I is going to say I, but for a different reason. That's the confident rule. I in the middle syllable gets to say I regardless of if there are 2 consonants after it or not. CI is our new reading hack for the day. It says shh toward the end of longer words when there's a vowel after it. And then this A at the end is saying So our sounds are p, l, I, f, I, sh, Plifisha, plifisha, plifisha. How'd you do on that one? Yes or almost? Y or A? Nice. Okay. Good. So now that you know it's plifisha, tell me, what would it have said if there was only one F? If there is only one F, now that I cannot say I anymore, it would have to say I, and it would say plifisha, right? Plifisha. Okay, try this number 4 right here, without me. Okay, so we have this E followed by 2 L's, so we know that it's going to make its short sound. This I is in the middle syllable, so it's going to make its short sound. This CI is spelling the sh sound that we are learning today. This E also says its short sound because of those 2 consonants after it. Our sounds are t, l, I, sh, n, t. Tr, tre, trell. Make sure you pronounce that TR clearly and not turn it into a lazy CHJ sound. So tr, tre, trell, trelli, trellish, trellisha, trellishen, I almost said it lazily right there. Trellishent, trellishent. It's the easiest way to pronounce that TR the way it was intended is to really spit out the sound of that T. Use a lot of air when you say trellishent. How'd you do on trellisant? Yes or almost? Y or A? Good. And what would it have said with only one L? Treelicient. Treelicient. All right. I want to do this number 4 right here because it's slightly different. Try this number 4 without me. Now be honest, if you would have looked at that word before class today, would you just have been tempted to skip it or just guess? I mean, if you just glance at that word, it is not an easy word. That is not a simple word to pronounce. But you're going to get it here in just 1 second, aren't you? Okay, what sound is the O going to make? O, because of the tap 2 rule. What sound is that I going to make? I, because of the confident rule. What sound is this CI going to make? Shh. What about this E right here? Long, short, or silent, or schwa? Short, because of the tap 2 rule. Look at all that you know. So the sounds are T, O, P. We might want to say trop, just as a knee-jerk reaction because we're used to seeing the word tropics, but we know that this O has to make its long sound and say O. I, sh, n, t. So we have ter. There's another ter that we can practice articulating. Tro, trope, trope, tropish, tropisha, tropishan, tropiscient, tropiscient. How did you do on tropiscient? Yeah, you're not the only one, James. Beautiful. Okay. And if you got there's some almosts in here, that is still almost. And the thing is, perfection is not required. We are not learning these words so that we can learn the words. You're never going to read the word tropiscient again in your life. So getting that word correct, perfect, isn't the goal. The goal is to learn how to read it and to learn why those letters say what they do and to practice the tools that you've been given to know what those vowels are going to say and how to blend each sound without any else coming in or out, any other sounds interfering with your word. So it's the process that is making you progress, not the perfection. Mastery is not required. Just the correct kind of practice, which is what you're doing. That is what's going to help you progress. So almosts are great. Those are reasons to celebrate. All right, my friends, enjoy being wonderful for the rest of your night, and I will see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.